What's going on, guys? Lance here. Towards the end of Generation 7, we got introduced to a new set of mythical Pokemon, those being Meltan and Melmetal. Unlike most mystical Pokemon nowadays, these Pokemon had much to be discovered about them. They were first obtainable in Pokemon Go using the mystery box that you got from transferring a Pokemon to a copy of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And with that, this also gave you the access to the Meltan's evolution, Melmetal, for the cost of 400 candies. Yeah, that took a few weeks without rare candies. Being a person that loves the lore and things, I really began to like Meltan and Melmetal. Melmetal now being one of my favorite mythical Pokemon. But not only is its design something to be enjoyed, Melmetal is also strong. Like, really strong. After the Pokemon Home update for Pokemon Sword and Shield, it got banned from the Smogon tier of OU to Ubers really quickly. Things like this and some Pokedex entries made me want to see how strong Melmetal was actually. Starting off, let's look at Melmetal's stats. Being a mythical means it's given a 600 base total spread. Melmetal was given both a 143 in both its attack and defense, making it able to hit hard and get hit hard, with a good 135 HP stat to back that up. Obviously its special defense and speed are not great, but having that 143 attack and defense more than make up for this. With that 143 attack, this puts Melmetal at the 39th highest attack stat in the game currently. That is not bad considering most of the entries above it are Megas or Legendaries. Next, let's look at all of its Pokedex entries. Only being a part of 3 games with Pokedex entries, there is not much to go on. But what there is enough to put into perspective how terrifying this Pokemon actually is. In both Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Pokemon Go, the Pokedex entry reads, "Revered long ago for its capacity to create iron from nothing. For some reason, it has come back to life after 3,000 years. Not too helpful, but in its Pokemon Sword and Shield Dex entries, things get better. In its Shield Dex entry, it states, "Centrifugal force is behind the punches of Melmetal's heavy Hex Nut arms. Melmetal is said to deliver the strongest punches of all Pokemon. Centrifugal force is a force that comes from the rotation of an object and the point of the force acting straight off of it. There's already been instances where Melmetal has shown using centrifugal force already, and most notably has been in the anime. In the Pokemon League arc of the Sun and Moon anime, Ash obtains a Meltan and later evolves it into a Melmetal. And when this Pokemon would use its signature Double Iron Bash, it would spin with amazing speed and then throw its arms in a punch using the centrifugal force as power. It's also kind of shown in the games when Melmetal uses Double Iron Bash, but not as fast. But in the second half of that same Dex entry, it says Melmetal is said to deliver the strongest punches of all Pokemon. Like, what? This means I can compare any Pokemon that has any crazy Dex entry about punches and basically be like, yeah, well, Melmetal punches stronger. Time to start the comparisons. First, we're going to look at Hariyama, another thick boy. In Hariyama's Fire Red and Leaf Green entries, it states that it stomps on the ground to build power. It can send a 10-ton truck flying with a straight arm punch. That is a lot just to be punching around, but still not the most obscure feat. Next, we can take a look at Pangoro and its Ultra Moon entry. Pangoro is the type to talk with its fist. It does not say much as it pummels opponents with enough force to send a dump truck flying. Now a dump truck can weigh up to around 56,000 pounds, or 28 tons. 18 more than Hariyama's 10-ton truck. And this is not the final. There is one more entry that throws both these out the door. Who better to be the last obstacle than the forearm punching machine that is Machamp? And the entry that we're looking at is its Pokemon Pearl entry. It can knock a train flying with a punch. However, it is terrible with delicate work using its fingers. What? Let's just look at how much a train weighs and oh dear god. So this Pokemon can punch a 4,000 to 20,000 ton train flying. Not just punch it over, flying. That's a lot of force needed to pull off, and we can actually calculate this. Using Newton's second law, the law of motion, and using the equation force equals mass times acceleration, we can use the weight of the train and the estimated acceleration to resemble flying, and find out how many newtons are behind this punch. newtons being the force it takes to move a kilogram 1 meter per second. So I decided to kind of average the weight of the train out to be around 10,000 tons and that the acceleration would be 3 meters per second squared, since this is an estimate and I don't know how to convert sending a train flying into acceleration, so it's just loose estimation. So plugging this into a force calculator, we get the force to equal 272,115,500 newtons. Dear God. And this is just a quick estimation, not taking into account direction, shape, and size and other things, because this is me lowballing the ability of a 4-armed humanoid monster to punch a train. And the best part is, we get to do what I said earlier and go, yeah, well, Melmetal punches stronger. And that's just nuts. Pun intended. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, so if at any point you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like and consider subscribing. Other than that, thanks for coming out.